Proper way to use Kwargs in Python. What is the proper way to use Kwargs in Python when it comes to default values? Kwargs returns a dictionary, but what is the best way to set default values, or is there one? Should I just access it as a dictionary? Use get function? A simple question, but one that I can't find good resources on. People do it different ways in code that I've seen and it's hard to know what to use.
You can pass a default value to get for keys that are not in the dictionary. However, if you plan on using a particular argument with a particular default value, why not use named arguments in the first place?
While most answers are saying that, for example, is the same as, this is not true. In the latter case, f can be called as f23, 42, while the former case accepts named arguments only, no positional calls. Often you want to allow the caller maximum flexibility and therefore the second form, as most answers assert, is preferable, but that is not always the case. When you accept many optional parameters of which typically only a few are passed, it may be an excellent idea, avoiding accidents and unreadable code at your call sites, to force the use of named arguments. Threading.thread is an example. The first form is how you implement that in Python 2. The idiom is so important that in Python 3 it now has special supporting syntax. Every argument after a single in the def signature is keyword only, that is, cannot be passed as a positional argument, but only as a named one. So in Python 3 you could code the above as. Indeed, in Python 3 you can even have keyword-only arguments that aren't optional, ones without a default value. However, Python 2 still has long years of productive life ahead, so it's better to not forget the techniques and idioms that let you implement in Python 2 important design ideas that are directly supported in the language in Python 3.
I suggest something like this. And then use the values any way you want. Dictionary.update dictionary adds the contents of dictionary to dictionary, overwriting any duplicate keys.
You do. Or, if you use pop, then you can check if there are any spurious values sent, and take the appropriate action, if any.
Using Kwargs in default values is easy. Sometimes, however, you shouldn't be using Kwargs in the first place. In this case, we're not really making best use of Kwargs. The above is a why bother? Declaration. It is the same as. When you're using Kwargs, you mean that a keyword is not just optional, but conditional. There are more complex rules than simple default values. When you're using Kwargs, you usually mean something more like the following, where simple defaults don't apply.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.